11th of October, I got my letter. Your disability living allowance is ending. You need to decide if you want to claim personal independence payment. I rang them up and listened to the phone blare that bloody tinny Vivaldi. I said to the woman on the phone, I was awarded both components of DLA indefinitely. You do know what indefinitely means, don't you? She didn't say anything for a while. And then she said, oh, things have changed. I can't survive without it, so I filled in the form. Agony that. I filled it in by hand. I hardly write with pens at all anymore. The keyboard's easier. The form was a joke. Tell us about how your disability affects your life. Tell us, can you prepare a simple meal? Tell us about the difficulties you have when preparing food. Tell us whether you can eat or drink. Tell us whether you can dress, read, socialise, manage your money, move around. Tell us whether you can go to the toilet on your own, whether you can manage incontinence. Oh, tell us, tell us, tell us. I told them things I hadn't told us all. The days when my hands don't obey me and I don't eat. The shame I felt when I had an accident at 3 a.m. The times when I don't leave the house, as it felt like a rat was gnawing at my joints. My hands started to fail towards the end of the form. My handwriting, it reminded me of when I used to teach. The way the kids would scrawl my name in biro on their work. Anyway, I've sent it off. Not heard anything yet. "20th of December. I got my reply back. Brown envelope, squatting on the doormat like a toad. I was summoned for assessment. The centre was a trek. I took a bus, a train, and then another bus. I turned up at a rotting tooth-black tower building at lunchtime. I limped my way up the steps to the entrance, pushed my way in. No one was at the reception desk. I checked my phone to see if I was in the right place. The water cooler was full. The cups were dusty. A few minutes later, another man arrived in the waiting room. Sweating. He had a cane like mine. The taxi dropped him miles away. He had no choice but to scuttle to the assessment centre. A couple with a pram came in. Everyone had the same look on their face. That terrified, hollow, desperate look. A man called my name, led me to an office. I knew how this went. Every word that came out of my mouth had to be measured and calculated. Even the niceties, the casual hellos and how you doings could be used against you. They even look at your social media. hunting for images of you skiing or not looking miserable. The assessor asked about my schooling, whether I had special accommodations. He asked, who looks after you? He asked about the depression I'd listed on the form. I'm sorry I have to ask this, but have you ever attempted suicide? His face didn't tell me he was sorry. Yes, I said. How? He said. A river, I said. I didn't say, you've got some fucking nerve asking me that. How many funerals have you been to this year? I stopped counting after 9. February 24th. Got this today. It's my assessment result. 0 points across the board. Nothing for the mobility component, nothing for the care component. I'd love to say I'm surprised. The report's full of errors. My gender changed no less than 6 times. The spelling of my surname shifts more than a dozen times. Get a load of this. The assessor says, throughout the interview, you coped well. You had adequate eye contact and rapport with the assessor. You were not anxious or withdrawn. But that's not true. My spasms never keep my head in one place for long. The assessor noted that because I was able to use social media, I do not need assistance. He wrote that because I was able to smile, I do not need assistance. Listen to this. The assessor says you are observed to walk with a stick and orthotics. I decided you can stand and move for more than 200 meters. I decided you can prepare and cook a simple meal. I decided. Fuck. I filled in another form. Of course I have a mandatory reconsideration notice. For all the good that'll do. May 5th. Oh. Another brown envelope. The verdict's the same. 0 points across the board. And the letter says, I'm no longer a disabled person. They took my car and my disabled badge, which I've had since I was 2. Took me ages to get that bloody car. Tim's funeral today. He threw himself off a tower block after his assessment result. I've got to go. There were less than 6 of us to throw earth on Tim's casket. You never forget the first person you knew to die. Or the second. My first was Colin. I met him at uni. His benefits were cut and he couldn't keep the lights on anymore. His fridge shut off. His insulin perished and he soon followed. My second was Beth. Pneumonia, they said. I spoke at both funerals. But what the hell can you say? What the hell can you say? When you hear a mum let out a howl, you know you'll hear every time you close your eyes. What the fuck do you say? When this is your 4th funeral this month. If this kills me, you're to dump my body at the DWP's doorstep. October. I'm still waiting on a fucking letter! I look awful. I've been phoning day in and day out. They finally told me a tribunal date is coming through the post. So, just waiting on another brown envelope.